Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're not just going to list off some tricks. We're going to break down a really powerful philosophy on how to earn genuine respect. It's about moving past the simple tactics and getting to a much deeper understanding of self-worth and, how we all interact with each other.
Okay, let's kick things off with this incredible idea from Eleanor Roosevelt because honestly, it is the cornerstone of everything we're talking about today. This one sentence is the whole starting point. Respect is something you have to grant to yourself first. You are the one who decides your own value.
And that leads us perfectly into our first and, frankly, most important section, the foundation. It is all about respecting yourself. The whole journey to getting respect from other people doesn't start with them. It starts with you. It's totally an inside-out job, and how you value yourself really sets the bar for everyone else.
So, a great way to think about this is that respect is like a mirror. It's one of those things you have to give to get. You can't just demand it, you earn it by showing it first. When you treat everyone, I mean everyone, from the CEO down to the janitor, with real, genuine respect, that energy just has a way of reflecting right back at you. And this slide perfectly illustrates the difference between telling people and just showing them. The person who feels the need to shout about their abilities is deep down still looking for validation from others, right? But the one who's already put in the work, they don't have to say a thing. Their actions, their results, their confidence, it all speaks for itself. True value is just obvious. Okay, so we've got that foundation of self-respect down. Now let's see how that translates into our second section, your presence, focusing on your body and your style. Because way before you ever open your mouth to say a word, your physical presence is already telling a story. It's signaling to everyone how you see yourself. So, what's the first thing you notice here? On the left, you've got a posture that's all about shrinking and hiding. On the right, you see one that's open. It's confident, and it claims its space. We've actually seen these kinds of transformations in public figures, like Jeff Bezos. When you consciously choose to stand with an open, upright posture, you project confidence, and people are just way more likely to take you seriously. And it goes beyond just your posture. What you wear sends a message about how much you respect yourself and the situation you're walking into. It's just another layer of that nonverbal communication that people pick up on instantly. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it highlights a key point. Earning respect isn't about dropping a ton of money on expensive brands. When you look at these images, which are said to be inspired by the actor Vicky Kaushal, the difference isn't the price tag. It's the fit, the care, the attention to detail. A well-fitting outfit shows you respect yourself enough to present your best self to the world. All right, so we've covered the really powerful nonverbal stuff, your presence and style. Now let's move on to section 3 and focus on your words. The goal here isn't just to talk. It's to speak with power and to make every single word you say carry more weight. If you really want to command respect when you open your mouth, it all boils down to these 4 steps. First, just listen. Understand the conversation before you jump in. Second, think so that your words actually have a purpose. Third, use a calm, deliberate pace. It just screams confidence. And finally, and this is the big one, speak only when you have real value to add, because scarcity creates value. Your silence will actually make your words so much more powerful. So that brings us to our next section, your actions. This is where the theory becomes real, It's where the rubber meets the road. How you handle yourself in your daily social life is where respect is truly built or lost. And it all comes down to consistently showing maturity and integrity. And this is a really important one to get right, this subtle but super critical distinction between being humble and just being nice. A humble person treats others with respect because it's the right thing to do, period. A nice person, on the other hand, might be doing it to get something in return, and people can eventually sense that difference. Always aim for humility, not just niceness. Think of these 4 behaviors as the pillars of a mature, respected person. When you avoid gossip, people see you as trustworthy. Staying a little mysterious makes people more interested in getting to know you. Admitting when you're wrong, that shows incredible strength. And being able to laugh at yourself shows you're confident enough not to take yourself too seriously. All right, last section. Let's talk about the ultimate test of character. How you handle direct challenges, how you deal with criticism. This is where you can either cement the respect you've earned, or you can lose it all in an instant. So picture this. It's a situation we all dread, but it happens. Someone tries to belittle you, maybe in public. What is the most powerful thing you can do?
Do you fire back with an insult of your own? Do you start defending yourself? Believe it or not, the most powerful response is often no response at all. By simply looking them in the eye, holding their gaze in silence, you completely refuse to get dragged down to their level. Your calm sends a clear message: your words have no power over me. And all of a sudden, the silence becomes uncomfortable for them, not for you. You instantly take back control of the situation. Now, as you're building this kind of internal, rock-solid respect for yourself, it's really important to understand that there's another layer to how respect works out in the world. And Simon Sinek has this incredible insight that adds a whole new dimension to what we're talking about. See, what Sinek is getting at is that success itself becomes this massive tool for commanding respect. People naturally respect the position, the doctor, the leader, the expert. So while the internal character we've been talking about is the absolute foundation, achieving a certain level of external success means that people will often just grant you respect by default, simply based on the role you hold. And that leaves us with this big, final question to think about. Is respect earned by who you are on the inside, or is it earned by what you achieve on the outside? You know, maybe true, lasting respect is found right in the middle, when your internal character is strong enough to actually deserve the external position you hold. So the real question is, which one are you building today? Thanks for watching.